Growth. It is time to heed the call of business leaders, labor leaders, faith leaders, law enforcement, and fix our broken immigration system.
We have to stop illegal immigration. We have to.
Trump was elected in a landslide, in part because of a simple promise to all of you, the American people, to secure the border and enforce immigration laws. This is not extreme. This doesn't make us Nazi Germany. Those officers are not Gestapo agents. It is simple law and order for safety and security carried out to protect, in this case, the people of Minnesota. In fact, even President Obama argued passionately, see if it doesn't sound like Donald Trump here, in support of large-scale deportations. Take a look.
There are those in the immigrants' rights community who have argued passionately that we should simply provide those who are illegally with legal status, or at least ignore the laws on the books and put an end to deportation until we have better laws. Ultimately, our nation, like all nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders and set laws for residency and citizenship. And no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
Oh, they should be held accountable. It wasn't just talk. Obama deported millions and millions of illegals in this country, and not even criminal illegal aliens. Now, in 2015, he even honored Tom Homan, who is serving as a top ICE official with the government's highest civil service award for deporting so many illegal immigrants. Take a look.
Mr. Homan is the point person for cooperating with state and local authorities in corresponding with them, again, to achieve this level of cooperation to subdue the chaos on the streets of Minneapolis. And I would just point out that Mr. Homan is someone who has been lauded for many, many decades for his experience working in law enforcement. In fact, this is a Washington Post headline from 9 years ago, 2016. Meet the man the White House has honored for deporting illegal immigrants. And I would remind everyone in this room that it was former President Barack Hussein Obama who awarded a medal to Mr. Homan. So he's obviously very qualified. He has the full trust and faith of the president.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Let it be so crazy.
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our citizens, we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Getting a little spicy on today's show, exposing it in broad daylight. We got a lot of Obama clips going viral for the wrong reasons. Why is Obama going viral still? Still relevant for the wrong reasons. Y'all know why. And oh boy, is that Bill? Is that Bill? Oh, and we just seen those. You seen those the new Epstein files that dropped? Yeah, maybe Trump was right. Just about everything. Yeah. Yeah, does not look good in those files for a lot of individuals. The new files that just dropped, oh boy. And Bill Gates is in the files, and if you want to go on your social media pages, your X accounts, you guys, Facebook, Instagram, I just challenge you to type in Bill Gates or just type in Epstein. It'll probably be the first thing that comes up. Yeah, buddy. People ought to be walked out with their hands behind their god doggone back. God doggone back. And I see a lot of the family, a lot of the patriots on the show saying, Rick, can we please get that hat? Can we please get the merch? Look, it's the new hats, the new shirts and hoodies. We have listed it, and then we took it down because it was giving us all kind of errors. So we're fixing the error in A. We're gonna throw a huge discount. It's not gonna look like this though. This was actually sent in from my beloved family member on the show, Miss Beth. And I hope you and your family are doing well, Beth. If you are tuned in right now, I hope you and the fam is doing well, that you are staying warm, that you are in great health, that things are going well. I know we haven't talked in a good minute. It's been about a month or two, almost 3 months, but I hope that you are well, my love. And again, I love every last one of y'all, man. There's so many of you guys that love the show, that love me for who I am, you know. Hey, and there's a lot of people that are still here. There's some that have left. Some that have unsubscribed. Some that say I talk too much, I laugh too much. They don't like my personality. Hey, it is what it is, man. Can't make everybody happy. But we are in this together, and we're going to continue to call this out for what it is. That we are going to seek the truth. We're going to crack jokes. We're going to have fun in this dirty world of politics. And hey, here we are. Let's go and jump in.
Through their work at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they've demonstrated how the most capable and fortunate among us have a responsibility to use their talents and resources to tackle the world's greatest challenges. From helping women and girls lift themselves and their families out of poverty to empowering young minds across America, they have transformed countless lives with their generosity and innovation. Bill and Melinda Gates continue to inspire us with their impatient optimism that together we can remake the world as it should be.
Wow, just in 24 hours, this clip has over 40 million more views, likes, reshares are up in the thousands. Just in 48 hours, people have reposted this clip from 2010. I wonder why.
There are those in the immigrants' rights community who have argued passionately that we should simply provide those who are illegally with legal status, or at least ignore the laws on the books and put an end to deportation until we have better laws. And often this argument is framed in moral terms. Why should we punish people who are just trying to earn a living? I recognize the sense of compassion that drives this argument. But I believe such an indiscriminate approach would be both unwise and unfair.
Oh,
It would suggest to those thinking about coming here illegally that there will be no repercussions for such a decision. And this could lead to a surge in more illegal immigration. And it would also ignore the millions of people around the world who are waiting in line to come here legally. Ultimately, our nation, like all nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders and set laws for residency and citizenship. And no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
Did I hear it correctly? Did I hear it correctly? Am I losing my hearing? Oh, Barry. Oh, Barry. I tell you, you just can't make this up. And is that you giving Tom Homan a medal? Ooh. Oh, boy. Obama awarded Tom Homan one of the highest honors available to a federal civil service executive. Boy. Man. Record-setting removals, deportations. A medal with Obama. But with Trump, the same man, with Trump, right now, Tom Homan is a Nazi. You see, you see, we exposing it in broad daylight. every single time. And I love that Caroline Levitt pulled it out in front of everybody. She bought the receipts. I love when they bring the receipts because it seems like y'all forget. The fake news media, you so-called reporters, journalists, we know y'all is activists. We know the bias, the hatred, the fear-mongering, the negativity for President Trump. Y'all can't be fair. Y'all can't tell the doggone truth, you know. But y'all all seem to forget. So I love when they pull the receipts out on y'all ass. Look.
This is a Washington Post headline from 9 years ago, 2016. Meet the man the White House has honored for deporting illegal immigrants. And I would remind everyone in this room that it was former President Barack Hussein Obama who awarded a medal to Mr. Homan. So he's obviously very qualified. He has the full trust and faith of the president. He will continue to have these meetings in the hopes that ICE and local law enforcement can cooperate and work together to have successful immigration enforcement, as we've seen in almost every other state across the country.
Oh boy, you just can't make that up. Want to look at it again. Felt good, didn't it, Obama? Obama, it felt good, didn't it? Didn't it, Barry? Smiling, feeling good. Tom Homan got a smile on his face. I mean, man. And look, another clip with over millions of views in the last couple of hours that people are reposting. Look, we have it all right here. And I'm glad all these clips are going viral right now. And it exposes these Democrats, these hypocrites, these frauds, these hypocrites. You know, hypocrisy. Sweet double standard, huh? Exposing y'all every single day in broad daylight. Because now all of a sudden Trump's the big bad orange man, threat to democracy, dictator, authoritarian. This is authoritarianship. Oh, American citizens are getting deported. We've all lost our rights. Oh, Trump is destroying the country. Unconstitutional, unpresidential. Oh, everybody, go get your gun. Go do this, because ICE might be knocking you out, or knocking at your door and pulling you out your car, out your house. Oh, even if you're an American citizen. Oh, get the hell out of here.
The Bush administration has done nothing to control the problem that we have. We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem. And
look at Hillary. Oh, hell, look at Hillary. Look how she's looking at old Barry. Look at this. Look at this Democratic debate on CNN. On CNN.
The reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes, employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws. And so what we have to do is create a comprehensive solution to the problem. Now, I have already stated that as president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is to take on employers. Right now, an employer has more of a chance of getting hit by lightning than be prosecuted for hiring an undocumented worker. That has to change. They have to be held accountable. And when we do those things, I believe...
Is that Biden at the end? Yeah. See all them Democrats are lined up? Yeah.
That we can take the undocumented workers, the illegal aliens who are here, get them out of the shadows, make sure that they are subject to a stiff penalty, make sure that they're learning English, make sure that they go to the back of the line so they're not getting an advantage over people who came here legally. And when we do that, I think that...
Make sure they're learning English. But when Trump said it, he's a racist. When we said it, we're racist, we're Nazis, we're fascists. You know, hey, I just don't get it. Somebody please come in here and slap me and make me understand. Please, somebody walk in here and just slap Rick upside the head and say, Rick, this how it works, sir. Maybe I'm missing something. Okay.
We can, instead of shedding all this heat, start shedding some light on the problem, and we can once again be a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. That's what I intend to do as President of the United States.
Nation of laws, nation of immigrants. You know, our president said the same thing. We need it, but we have to do it the right way. And even one of his constituents standing up on stage, they propped him up, asked him what kind of flavor ice cream did he like. Would you like chocolate today, sir? Vanilla? And we even added strawberry today, sir. Yes, and we'll send you on your one-way ticket over there. You just go and sit, go and take a nap. Go and go to bed. We have the machine plugged up in the wall. We have the. You gave us the authorization code, correct? You did, okay. We're gonna sign it away. And you said what, sir? Or anybody? Is anybody? Are we doing anything at the border? No, not to. No, we'll worry about it later. It's wide open. And even Miss Harris, she says she won't be in today. Yeah, they say she is recovering. She's having a hangover. Yeah, they said she was laughing and she had took too many shots and she has a hangover. So yeah, no, she won't be headed to the border. We know she's the borders are, but no, we'll it's fine. And then we'll keep it wide open, you know, because we again need the people. We need things to come in. We need, you know, this will work out perfectly for everybody, even the American people, even the taxpayers. Yeah, you just can't make it up. What a disgrace. Damn, CNN, the Democratic debate. Look at all these frauds up on the stage. People ought to be walked. They all should have been walked out in handcuffs long god doggone time ago. And around this time, I was in elementary? Was I in elementary or middle school? 2000. I was a little boy. You know, unbelievable. I didn't know what the hell was going on in this country. What a disgrace. You know, 2013. Oh boy.
You know, I'm the President of the United States. I'm not the Emperor of the United States. My job is to execute laws that are passed. And Congress right now has not changed what I consider to be a broken immigration system. And what that means is that we have certain obligations to enforce the laws that are in place, even if we think that in many cases the results may be tragic. There are going to be some stories that break our hearts. And more importantly, we're going to continue to have an economy that is stifled by a really inefficient system where not only are we deporting folks, but we also have a legal immigration system that is so bottlenecked that it forces sometimes people into the illegal system.
Oh.
Well, on to this, as Brooke mentioned, the FBI director, he's now leading the federal investigation into the fatal shooting of Alex Preddy. It's actually, I should note, HSI, and FBI is in charge of the physical evidence, which they have custody of. We spoke with FBI Director Kash Patel about this and a whole lot more, like a decline in homicides, and get this, mass shootings and school shootings across the country. Now, the controversy about the Biden's FBI Arctic Frost, that's in there too, and a trophy that this team awarded themselves. Plus, the new probe into the election offices in Georgia that were searched this week. We taped this interview earlier in the week. Take a look. Let's bring in FBI Director Kash Patel, who joins me now. Director Patel, I want to start with the news, and the news is out of Fulton County, Georgia. I know this is an ongoing investigation, but the FBI on Wednesday did obtain a search warrant to look at this Fulton County election hub to access physical ballots, electronic ballot images, and voter rolls. Is there anything you can share at this moment?
Hey, Kaylee, it's great to be with you. Look, like any other investigation, the FBI follows the facts and the law, and President Trump and the Attorney General have given us clear mandate to reduce crime in this country and investigate anything that rises to the level of probable cause. And what we did, the FBI, with our partners at the Department of Justice, the AG, led out on an extensive effort to conduct interviews and an investigation, which led us to a probable cause to be delivered to a judge who found probable cause for us to execute that search warrant, which you saw, and the nation should saw yesterday. And what we did was what we do in any other investigation. We went in there, we followed the rules of the search warrant. The FBI and the DOJ went in and collected numerous pieces of evidence that the judge authorized us to collect. And what we're going to do next is go through the voluminous amounts of information collected and continue our investigation. At this point, there's not much more I can say publicly because we have to go through a lot more material, but it was predicated upon a finding of probable cause by a judge in Georgia.
We'll continue to follow it. I want to move to the fraud that we have seen in Minnesota. Saturday in America has been all over this. Interviewed David Hoke multiple times, who's in that Nick Shirley video that drew the nation's attention to fraud in Minnesota. How long has the FBI under President Trump been on this?
With President Trump's leadership, he's been on this since day one. And let me rewind you back to the spring or summer of last year where I was on the ground in Minnesota myself. And I know you and your viewers care, as we do, deeply about protecting our children. And the first place we started, the FBI that is what we call with this program, Feeding Our Futures. And we discovered a monumental fraud in Minnesota where individuals in the community and outside the community were fleecing the government for hundreds of millions of dollars. And last summer, we arrested, with our partners at DOJ, 75 individuals pursuant to federal indictments. So that was some of the work that catapulted us into this large-scale fraud investigation that has now captured the nation, and we have not stopped. We've been there since day one, and we're going to continue until we meet it all out, and we've surged resources in Minnesota to make sure that no one swipes money from children or any other American, and no government official, if any participated in this, will be apprehended.
Did your predecessor, we know Chris Wray of the Biden administration, was he looking into this?
I can't speak for my predecessor. I can just tell you the work we've done under President Trump, which is historic levels of reduction in crime across the country. And that includes fraud, not just in Minnesota, but around the country. And it includes heavily investigating and following public corruption for those in elected office that break the law to rob America of their taxpayer dollars.
I want you to listen to this for a moment. This is Governor Tim Walz. He has said, that he was cheated. He has admitted that fraud took place. But he's trying to have it both ways. This is him on, I guess, what they call MS Now. Listen to this.
You mentioned this fraud investigation and the reason that they're here. Is there anything you think, when you look back, you could have done differently to prevent them from showing up and doing what they're doing here?
No, they were coming anyway. It was all make-believe that we'd been at it. Every state had this.
I mean, what we're seeing in Minnesota seems unique, or is it make-believe and this is happening in every state and jurisdiction?
Well, thankfully, every state does not have this problem. I don't have another statistic to give you where we arrested 75 individuals in one summer for hundreds of millions of dollars of fraud related to a program that's supposed to feed malnourished children in underprivileged families. So I don't know what he's talking about. That's pushing it under the rug. And also, a fraud of this size, there should be state and local authorities alerting the FBI early on and participating in our investigation. We went up there and did it with the federal authorities and the DOJ, and we've continued to ask those in Minnesota and around the country if any information on this to let us know, because this investigation is not over. The size of the fraud continues to be exposed, and there will be more arrests coming.
Final question on this. A DHS source has told us that they have located $700 million in bulk cash by Somali couriers going through the Minnesota airport. By way of comparison, just $3 to $4 million goes per year through JFK and DFW. That number was over a 2-year period. Is this something that you're looking into, or is this solely in DHS's purview?
This is in DHS's purview, but of course, like any great interagency partnership, Secretary Noem and I and Tom Homan have a great partnership, and we're going to continue to collect information, and whether it falls into their lane of investigation or ours, we're going to make sure we put the resources necessary to expose those involved.
So I want to get to the great work of what the FBI does, and it's fighting crime. And by all means, you have been a resounding success. Homicides down to the lowest rate since 1900. Never thought I would see this. When I was in Administration 1, the Summer of Love, they called it, and now look at these numbers. Mass shootings down to the lowest point in 20 years. I found out today, school shootings, the lowest point in 5 years. And as a mother, I'm very grateful to the work you guys have done here. I found this headline, New York City. There was supposed to be a school shooting. A young man posted on Instagram that he was going to shoot up a school. Within 2 hours, the FBI was in that New York City school, located a weapon in his backpack, and neutralized the threat. What do you credit to bringing down school shootings, something that has befuddled both the right and the left, but clearly not befuddled the Kash Patel FBI?
Well, the credit belongs to President Trump for backing law enforcement and giving us the resources and saying we're going to protect our children. You're right. It was a great effort in New York with the FBI and the NYPD and our private sector partners who are also very important to giving us tips and information about it. And yes, we thwarted it there in New York. Similarly, we did the same thing in Indiana and in Texas. And thankfully, we were able to thwart these school shootings before they happened. And the FBI remains very vigilant in our tip lines. We've had 1,600 tips related to school shootings and possible school shootings last year alone, and we were able to work with our state and local partners. That's the key, Kaylee. We go out there with the FBI, we get with the cops on the ground and our interagency and DOJ partners and say, we're going to prevent this at all costs. And one of the things that we are doing is highlighting the work we've done to protect our children. Just this past year alone, under President Trump's leadership, we have found and identified 6,000 missing kids. That's up 22%. We have arrested, the FBI, 1,700 top child predators. That's up 10%. And the following is maybe some of the most impressive work the FBI is doing. You are very familiar with the nihilistic, violent extremist community online, preying on our kids, forcing them to maim and mutilate themselves, and even sometimes commit suicide. We are up 490% in the number of FBI arrests for the NVE community, and specifically that 764 network that targets our children. We're up over 30% in arrests related to the 764 network. And the credit goes to the interagency and the men and women in the FBI working together with DOJ to bring these perpetrators to justice.
Wow, that's impressive. And as someone who, routinely covers these school shootings on Outnumbered every day at noon, and they continue to come, I want to thank you. That's a great service to our nation. I know we only have a few moments, but just two other things I want to get to quickly. You discovered a trophy there at the FBI. Arctic Frost was the operation under Biden that targeted Republicans. This trophy is so bizarre to me. The picture's up on the screen.